decorum by addressing the council as a whole and not individual members, and limiting your comments to issues regarding city government. And as a courtesy to others, we ask that cell phones and pagers be turned off during the meeting. Thank you very much. City Clerk, are we in compliance with the open meeting law?
We are in compliance.
Wonderful. And it is Pastor Daniel Newell with Grace Point Church that will lead us in our invocation, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. And we will have Councilman Wade Wagner, who this will be his last official meeting on the City Council, and so we will have him lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord God, thank you for this opportunity to take a moment and just pause in your presence, Lord. I'm thankful for the men and women that are here that carry the great weight of leading the city of North Las Vegas. I pray that we seek your wisdom and that you bless this evening as we seek a great future for this city. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Thank you both so much. We are now going to the public forum. Anyone wishing to speak, please get in your card. Right now, I only have one for the first public forum, and that is for Keith Williams.
Thank you, Council. I'm here to speak on item 31 quite briefly. That's the Managed Feral Colony Ordinance. I'd like to thank all of you for bringing that forward and considering it, and to let you know that as a citizen of North Las Vegas and also as the central sponsor for the county and the city of Las Vegas's Managed Feral Colony Ordinance, I strongly support this and am at your service. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next item is the agenda. City Manager.
Mayor Pro Tem, I will read the agenda if that's all right with you. Approval of regular City Council meeting agenda of June 3rd, 2015 for possible action.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem Wood and council members. We have one change to tonight's agenda. Staff recommends item number 14 to be continued to July 1st, 2015. The recommendation is to approve agenda as amended.
May I have a motion?
Move for approval as amended.
Cast your votes.
Yes, as amended.
And I should have said at the beginning of the meeting, and I forgot, Mayor Lee has been out of the country and is just now making his back way into the United States, but he was not able to be here this evening. There is a possibility that he may call in into the meeting a little bit later, but as of this time, he is not on the phone. Councilwoman Pamela Goins Brown is traveling. She is on the phone, and she will be. You'll be hearing her voice kind of echoing through through the telephone, but she is here with us. Councilwoman Goins Brown.
Yes.
So we will continue now. The next item is set future public hearing dates.
Set date on any appeals filed or required public hearings from the City Planning Commission meetings.
You are hereby directed to do so.
So noted, Mayor Pro Tem. Okay,
Now,
the first item under public hearings. Now, there are several items that are associated, and with your permission, I will read those items together at the same time. Item number 3, UN 2215, Green Therapeutics LLC, an application submitted by Green Therapeutics LLC on behalf of JPET Las Vegas LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow a cultivation facility for medical marijuana on property located at 4635 Andrews Street. Associated items number 5, UN 2115, and number 4, UN 2315. This is for possible action. Item number 4, UN 2315, Green Therapeutics LLC, an application submitted by Green Therapeutics LLC on behalf of JPET, Las Vegas LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow the production of edible marijuana products or marijuana-infused products on property located at 4635 Andrews Street. Associated items number 3, UN 2215, and number 5, UN 2115 for possible action. And item number 5, UN 2115, Green Therapeutics LLC. An application submitted by Green Therapeutics LLC on behalf of JPET Las Vegas LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow a medical marijuana dispensary on property located at 4635 Andrews Street. Associated items number 3, UN 2215, and number 4, UN 2315 for possible action.
Thank you. Is the applicant here to speak about this item?
Thank you. For the record, Gary Milliken, 8274 Vista, Colorado Street. I'm here representing Green Therapeutics.
Hi, my name is Dr. Dries Fu. I'm an emergency physician, owner and operator.
And I'm Joey Erniota. I'm the Director of Cultivation.
Thank you very much. Do you have a presentation or any comments?
No, we thank you for your time. We believe this new site, in addition to satisfying the state requirements and also increasing the safety requirements that allows for better protection and safety for our employees, the site is closer, allows better public access, and quite frankly, it's half the amount than it was before, and it's a larger space. So we'll be able to pass on those savings to our patients, and that's what we need to remain competitive in this business.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions or comments from the council? Then seeing none, do I have a motion?
Yes, I'd like to move to approve.
Item number 3, do we have to do them individually?
Yes,
do them
this is for item number 3.
For item number 3, I move to approve.
Cast your votes.
Approved.
Was that an approve from the vote?
Approval.
Very good. That item passes unanimously. Item number 4, UN 2315. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Yes.
That passes unanimously. Item number 5, UN 2115.
Move to approve.
Yes.
That passes unanimously as well. Item number 6. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Item number 6, UN 2415, 4080 Arcadia Cultivation Facility. An application submitted by Fidelis Holdings LLC on behalf of Richard Warpack, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow a cultivation facility for medical marijuana on property located at 4080 Arcadia Way. And this is for possible action.
Very well. Is there an applicant here to represent this item?
Doesn't look like it.
It doesn't look like it. All right, then, council? Oh, yes, please.
I'm not the applicant, I'm a neighbor.
Well, it is a public hearing, and I will open the public hearing in just a moment. Right now, it's just open for the applicant, since we haven't seen one. Let me open the public hearing. Have you turned in a blue card, ma'am? No. Okay, I need you to turn in a blue card after you've spoken. But I'm opening the public hearing. You may speak now. Just make sure you fill out your blue card afterwards, please, and give it to the city clerk.
Yes, ma'am. I have a business in the area. I've had it there for 36 years. And I guess my concern is security.
Okay.
You know, I'm wondering if there will they're going to be growing marijuana inside a building?
Yes.
Okay, well, I mean, there is some sort of a chance that people would be coming around there looking to top off a lid or something like that, you know, right? So I'm curious as to what kind of security they'll be having there. What kind of new people will be coming into my neighborhood that maybe I should be concerned about now rather than later?
Well, this is in an industrial area, so I mean, there is.
I have a dog boarding facility there, so
Oh, in the
I want to know.
complex. Okay.
Yeah, like a block
And
from
usually
there.
that's why an applicant comes to these meetings, so that they can answer those kinds of questions. City Attorney, do we have some options here, since there is no applicant to answer security questions?
No, you have, and well, there are security requirements in Title 17, and of course there are going to be security requirements assuming they go forward and get a license. But it is your discretion as to whether or not you want to continue the item to see if the applicant will be here, or you can trail it for a little bit to see if they're going to show up. But you know, specific questions about their plan for the business, if the applicant's not here, they're not able to address that.
Yes.
I might point out, of course, you know, they did have to submit a security plan to the police, to our police agency, which reviewed it. And I do note here that in the memorandum that I have here, the police department recommends approval with certain conditions, backup, off-site remote access, surveillance cameras, to secure up roll-up doors, and make sure the fencing is repaired. Of course, you know, I cannot speak on behalf of the applicant, but I do trust, you know, the review of our police department, for whatever that's worth to you, of course. I'm just pointing that out.
Well, it would be my personal recommendation to continue this for 2 weeks, to make sure that the applicant is here to address any questions from the surroundings. But that is certainly an issue for council. And I'm sorry that there isn't someone here today to answer that question.
That's okay. I'm not that much against it. I just want to know what kind of security they're going to have. And I don't know, worst case scenario, if there's going to be unsavory characters hanging around the neighborhood.
Yeah, there
That's
certainly
that's
should
my
not be.
concern.
Could I make, maybe she could get together with Greg Blackburn after the meeting, or with the police chief, and they can find out what Title 17, what all the security precautions that we require, and that might ease your mind a little bit.
Thank you.
I'd make a motion that we approve this item number 6.
Well, I'm going to go on record and vote against this item specifically because the applicant isn't here, and to make it clear to future applicants that, you know, if you want your items listened to by the council, the least you can do is show up to be able to answer questions and not leave us in this kind of difficult position. Please cast your votes.
Councilwoman? Yes. How are you voting on this item?
That item passes with a majority.
The next item, Mayor Pro Tem and Council, I will read together as they are related, items number 7 and 8. UN 2515, Tropical and Schatz Industrial, an application submitted by Fidelis Holdings, LLC, on behalf of Motor Holdings, LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow a cultivation facility for medical marijuana on property located at the southwest corner of Tropical Parkway and Schatz Street. Associated item number 8, UN 2615, for possible action. Item number 8, UN 2615, Tropical and Schatz Industrial, an application submitted by Fidelis Holdings, LLC, on behalf of Motors Holdings, LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow the production of edible marijuana products or marijuana-infused products on property located at the southwest corner of Tropical Parkway and Schatz Street. Associated item number 7, UN 2515, for possible action.
Are there any questions from council? Now, again, do we have an applicant here for these items? Seeing none, are there any questions or concerns from the council?
No.
Very well. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Yes.
Once again, I'm going to be voting no due to no applicant.
And Mayor Pro Tem, just so you know, the applicant is the same for number 6, the preceding item, as it is for 7, 8, 9. So I don't think they'll be here for 8 or 9 either.
That item passes with majority. And I should have said, and I apologize, I need to open the public hearing for this item. I don't have any cards. Is there anyone who'd like to speak on this item? Item 7? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. And this item passes with a majority. Item number 8? Oh, it's already been a motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. Move to approve.
Once again, I will open the public hearing. I do not have any cards. Is there anyone who would like to speak? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Cast your votes. No.
Yes.
That passes with a majority.
Okay, Mayor Pro Tem again, the next two items are associated. I will read them together. UN 2715, Nevada Group Wellness Cultivation. An application submitted by Nevada Group Wellness LLC on behalf of Vandenberg Industrial Center LLC, property owner for a special use permit and an M2 General Industrial District to allow a cultivation facility for medical marijuana on property located at 4725, 4729, and 4737 Vandenberg Drive. Associated item number 10, UN 2815 for possible action. UN 2815, Nevada Group Wellness Production, an application submitted by Nevada Group Wellness LLC on behalf of Vandenberg Industrial Center LLC, property owner for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow the production of edible marijuana products or marijuana-infused products on property located at 4725 Vandenberg Drive. Associated item number 9, UN 2715 for possible action.
Good evening. Lucy Stewart, 2500 West Sahara, representing Nevada Group Wellness. We appreciate staff's hard work with this. This is the applicant that is in this building. If we can go on the overhead, I guess. Or not? Okay.
We can put that on.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're already on the property, and they're just looking to expand to across the drive aisle, and so this is what it is, asking for an expansion, and then after hopefully getting approved, then they'll go to the state, and hopefully the state will approve them.
Are there any questions?
No, I'm just happy to see.
Then go ahead.
I'm just happy to see the businesses flourishing in Ward 1.
Very good. Let me open the public hearing. I have no cards. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Cast your votes. Or please, I need a motion.
Move to approve.
With that, cast your votes. Oh, give us just a moment.
We need to recreate the conference call. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, yeah, well, he'll go through no matter what. But we'll give her the.
Okay, you back? Okay, they're taking a vote on that. We have her back. Thank you. Yes. Yes.
That passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Item number 10 is the same applicant. I take it the same comments from the previous item?
Yes.
Thank you. Are there any questions?
Move to approve.
Hold it. Let me open the public hearing.
Sorry.
Is there anyone who would like to speak on this item? I have no cards. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Now I'll take a motion.
Now I'll make a motion to approve.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
I thought it hit it. Okay.
That passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Next item, item number 11, UN 2915, Zion Gardens LLC. An application submitted by Zion Gardens LLC on behalf of 3441 Precision LLC, property owner for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow a cultivation facility for medical marijuana on property located at 3441 Precision Drive for possible action.
Mayor Pro Tem Council, James Martinez, 4230 South Decatur Boulevard, on behalf of the applicant. And we have reviewed the staff report, agree with staff's conditions, concur with staff's recommendation, and are here with the applicant to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? All right, seeing none, I will open the public hearing. Again, I have no cards. If there's anyone interested in speaking on this item. Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
Oh, that passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Next item, UN 3015, Canasafe NV, an application submitted by Canasafe NV LLC on behalf of Ventura Point LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M2 General Industrial District to allow an independent testing laboratory for medical marijuana on property located at 6268 East Tropical Parkway, Suite H, for possible action.
Applicant.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, thank you for your time. Matt Haskin on behalf of the applicant, and I have no presentation, but I'm here to answer any questions that may arise.
Very good. Any questions? Seeing none, I will open the public hearing. I have no cards. Seeing no one in the audience wishing to speak, I will close the public hearing. May I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
Next item, UN
Thank you, council
3115.
members.
NLV Nevada LLC, an application submitted by NLV Nevada LLC on behalf of MJR Development LLC, property owner, for a special use permit in an M-2 General Industrial District to allow a cultivation facility for medical marijuana on property located east of Donovan Way, approximately 1,550 feet north of Craig Road, for possible action.
Thank you. Before you go, applicant, hold on just a minute. I need to read a disclosure into the record. NRS 281A.420 requires me to disclose a potential conflict of interest. The matter before this body requires proof that the applicant's proposed business meets certain distance separation requirements. My husband is currently employed by Diamondback Land Surveying, and the company that provided the distance separation analysis for this item number 13. My husband and Diamondback will not be financially enhanced based upon the outcome of the zoning application. I do not believe that the independence of judgment of a reasonable person in my situation would be materially affected. And because this is not a clear case of a disqualifying conflict of interest, I am going to be disclosing but still voting on the zoning application. Applicant?
Thank you. I'm in here on behalf of NLV Nevada. Robert Hasman is one of the partners. We've read the staff's recommendations and agree, and we're here to answer any questions.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I will open the public hearing. I have no cards. Seeing no one, I will close the public hearing. Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Yes.
That passes unanimously. Item 14 was continued, so
We will move on then to the consent agenda. Matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine and may be approved by a single motion. However, any consent item may be moved to the business portion of the agenda for discussion at a request of any council member.
Mayor Pro Tem Wood and council members, consent agenda consists of 15 and through 19. Staff recommendation is for approval.
any questions? Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
That passes unanimously.
First item under business, item number 20. Interlocal contract with the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada in an amount not to exceed $585,000 from the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada funds for improvements for Sloan Lane, Tropical Parkway, El Campo Grande Avenue to CC-215 project. CIP project number 10401. This was tabled April 15th, May 6th, and May 20th, 2015 for possible action.
Thank you. This is a city item. Are there any questions?
No question.
Seeing none, I will take a motion.
Move for approval.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
That passes unanimously.
Item number 21, cooperative agreement with the State of Nevada Department of Transportation in the total amount of $5,878,947. $5,585,000 in federal highway funds and a required 5% local match in the amount of $293,947 from the Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada funds for the design, right-of-way acquisition, and construction of improvements for the I-15-215 Tropical Interchange Connection Project, CIP project number 10401, tabled April 15th, May 6th, May 20th, 2015, for possible action.
Are there any questions on this item?
I'll move for approval.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
Next item, issuance of a purchase order to Brantz Hernandez and Associates in a total amount not to exceed $379,050, $207,959 from the self-insurance fund, and $171,091 from the utilities fund for the fiscal year 2015-2016 coverage of property insurance for city-owned real property, contents, and other additional city assets for possible action.
Gentlemen?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council. Joe Hernandez, 2480 North Decatur, Las Vegas, Nevada. First of all, again, we want to thank you for the opportunity to work with the city of North Las Vegas. We appreciate the fact that as a diverse agency that you recognize our efforts and our staff's efforts to do the best possible job that we can for the city. Before you take your vote, I did have a couple of items I wanted to mention to you and hopefully give you some good news. While the original not to exceed number was $379,000, as we've got the final numbers, I just wanted to, first of all, let you know that the renewal premium for this year was actually less than what the premium was for last year, even with some changes. The overall premium reduction from the not to exceed amount, once this is all finalized, will be about $20,000. So it's going to be a lot lower than you thought. So hopefully you can use that money for something special for the city here.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate all your efforts. Are there any questions? Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Yes.
Cast your votes. That passes unanimously.
Thank you.
And a big thank you, gentlemen.
Mayor Pro Tem, City Council, and staff, again, thanks.
Item number 23, construction change order number 1 with Superstructures, Inc. in the total amount of $650,000, $550,000 from the Police Department relocation funds, $50,000 from Parks funds, and $50,000 from Building Maintenance funds to increase construction funding for additional construction costs associated with the upcoming Police Department move and future facility maintenance needs for the 2015 Facility Maintenance Support Project. Bid number 1464, CIP project number 10429 for possible action.
Are there any questions on this item?
Move for approval.
Cast your votes. That passes unanimously.
Item number 24, professional engineering services agreement with Lewis Berger Group in a total amount not to exceed $289,896, $275,401.20 funded by the Nevada Department of Transportation, and $14,494.80 from the Tax Override Streets Fund balance to provide professional engineering services that will improve the intersection of North 5th Street and Cheyenne Avenue, CIP project number 10379 for possible action.
Very good. Are there any questions on this item? Okay, seeing none, do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
Item number 25, bid number 1463, and carbon change out service agreement with Cabot Nurit Americas Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $163,400 from the Utilities Enterprise Fund for granular activated carbon change out at the Water Reclamation Facility for possible action.
Are there any questions on this item? Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
Item number 26, agreement to use local government contract with Hacker Equipment Company in a total amount not to exceed $424,238, $296,966.60 from the Utilities Enterprise Fund Water, and $127,271.40 from the Utilities Enterprise Fund Sewer, using the competitive bidding exception per NRS 332, Local Government Purchasing Act, to purchase a Vactor 2112 Plus Jet Rotor for the Utilities Department for possible action.
Very well. Are there any questions on this item? Do I have a motion?
Move for approval the Vactor 2112 Plus Jet Rotor.
He's laughing because I had to ask what the heck that was in briefing. Cast your votes.
Yes.
So shoot your eye out.
No, that was the BB.
Item number 27, resolution number 2538, a resolution of the City of North Las Vegas permitting sale of certain real property owned by the City of North Las Vegas to Victor Sparus pursuant to NRS 268.061 for possible action.
Are there any questions on this item? Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Cast your votes.
Yes.
Ordinances, introduction only. There is no public comment for these items and no action will be taken by the council at this meeting. If you wish to speak on any of these items, please attend the meeting where the final action will be determined and submit a blue card to the clerk. Item number 28, ordinance number 2713, an ordinance related to zoning amending section 010 of chapter 16 of title 17 of the City of North Las Vegas Municipal Code by reclassifying approximately 5.00 acres therein from an R1 single-family low-density district to a C2 general commercial district ZN 0315 medical office hospital for a property generally located at the northwest corner of Craig Road and Camino El Norte, and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Set final action for June 17, 2015. Item number 29, ordinance number 2714, an ordinance amending Title 17 of the Municipal Code of the City of North Las Vegas related to zoning ZOA 0315 by amending Title 17 zoning ordinance, Section 17.12.030, Table 17.12-1, Table of Procedures, by adding new procedures for gaming enterprise districts, amending Section 17.12.070, J2A, City Council hearing required, additional casinos to the list of items required to be approved by the City Council, adding Section 17.12.070, M, specific review procedures, to add provisions for the establishment of gaming enterprise overlay districts and amending Section 17.16.050 I Gaming Enterprise Overlay District by providing additional purpose and requirements for gaming enterprise districts and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Set final action for June 17, 2015. Item number 30, ordinance number 2716, an ordinance of the City of North Las Vegas adding new subsection 6.08.085 entitled Adoption of Animals to Title VI, Chapter 6.08 of the North Las Vegas Municipal Code, providing for the adoption of animals and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Set final action for June 17, 2015. Ordinance number 2717, an ordinance of the City of North Las Vegas, adding new Chapter 6.14 entitled Managed Care of Feral Cats and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Set final action for June 17, 2015. Ordinance final action. Item number 32, ordinance number 20...
Madam Clerk, I'm sorry, before you read into final ordinance,
Yes.
Items 3, 4, and 5, there were public hearings that have already been voted on. They were not open for public hearing for the public. So if the Madam Mayor Pro Tem could just reopen the public hearings, they were read together as 3, 4, and 5. Just ask the public if anyone is here to comment on it. If not, we'll close the public hearing and we can move forward for the final action ordinance.
And I apologize, I don't do this very often. So if we can open the public hearing for items 3, 4, and 5, anyone wishing to speak on those items? I don't have any cards. Seeing no one, we'll close that public hearing. What were they? They were
3,
medical
4, and
marijuana applications, the first applications on the agenda.
on 4635 Andrew Street.
Seeing no one wishing to speak on those items, we'll close the public hearing and the vote will stand. And then we'll continue on to item 32.
Thank you.
And I apologize for the error.
Ordinance final action, item number 32. Ordinance number 2711, an ordinance of the City of North Las Vegas, Nevada, amending ordinance number 2267, amending and restating the development agreement for Park Highlands East between the City of North Las Vegas and Crescent Bay Development Services, that certain development agreement between the City of North Las Vegas and Crescent Bay Development, LLC, et al., for the villages at Tule Springs, formerly known as Park Highlands East, and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Continued May 20, 2015, for possible action.
Mayor Pro Tem Wood and council members, at the city council meeting on May 20th, 2015, you direct staff to work with Crescent Bay Development Services to resolve any all outstanding issues. I'm very happy to report that we have successfully concluded that process. We have some changes that will be read into records. All of those changes have been mutually agreed upon. With those changes, staff recommendation is to approve ordinance number 2711. City Attorney will read those comments, changes into the record.
Do we have everyone that we need? Okay. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and members of council. There were certain revised sections that were read into the record at the last council meeting, but just for the sake of clarity and consistency and ensuring we have a complete record, I would just like to reference the sections that have been amended versus the sections that are actually posted online. There would be the recital for section I, section J, section K. There's a change to section 2.02A, 2.02E, 2.15C, 2.3, 3.01 regarding the post office, 3.02 schools, and counsel for the school district, outside counsel for the school district, actually requested that I read this in its entirety in the record. States the Clark County School District is responsible for providing the primary and secondary education of all school-age children within Clark County. The district, its real property management department, contingent upon approval of the Board of School Trustees, and master developer have planned for a minimum of 2 elementary school sites based on the planned occupancy within the property, as identified on the land use plan. The master developer must meet the school siting criteria. Prior to the city's approval of the master tentative map, the school board trustees and master developer will enter into a new memorandum of agreement that, once recorded, will replace the existing memorandum of understanding. The parties acknowledge that a third elementary school site has been reserved and may be required within the planned community if and to the extent required by the memorandum of agreement. The next section that's going to have some revisions is section 303 regarding the fire department, section 2.02 regarding Commerce and Revere, section 303 regarding Clayton Street, section 6.10 regarding the construction of Grand Teton Drive, section 10.06 regarding off-site improvements and off-property improvements, section 12.04 reimbursement agreements for parcels in the master plan community district not a part of this agreement, and section 14.07D regarding transfers of a village. We'll also be deleting Exhibit I. And the city clerk has a copy of all of these changes, and they'll be available with all the other exhibits and amendments at the city clerk's office for anyone that wants to review them.
Now, for the record, it is my understanding that Mayor Lee has joined us on the phone. Mayor Lee? Sure. Same to you.
He's saying, "How are you" in Chinese.
We are good. We hope you had a great trip. We're glad to have you on the phone. Mr. Gronauer? I believe I heard that he had some kind of good news for us.
Good. For the record, Mayor Pro Tem, Mayor, members of the council, my name's Bob Gronauer, 8345 West Sunset Road. With me today to answer any questions that you may have, in case if I can't answer them, is my partner, Stephanie Allen, who's been working on the development agreement. We have Brian Gordon, who's here from Applied Analysis. I have the two principals from Crescent Bay, which is Greg Woolen and Jeff Beer. We're all here to answer any questions that you may have. I want to thank your staff for working over the last 2 weeks we were able to address the issues that came up. With that being said, I'm here to answer any other questions that you may have.
And we too would like to thank you and your clients for working with us over the past 2 weeks. And I think council is much more familiar with this development agreement now. So my question is, are there any questions of either of you?
Actually, the first thing I'd like to say is, after speaking, of course, at length with people from the school district, as a teacher, and I'm really happy that tomorrow's our last day with kids, believe it or not. As a teacher, I know I am very satisfied that the plan that we have there will meet the educational requirements for the children in that area for years to come. And I thank you very much for the extra time.
Any comments, Councilman Wagner?
Been a long time coming. This is this development area is a great thing for North Las Vegas. We know things changed a little bit in the last 7 or 8 years, and the city has given up some things. We know Crescent Bay didn't get everything that they wanted and their partners, but I think overall I can live with the agreement that we have and come up with here, and think that it's going to be a great thing. I really appreciate you throwing in those 100 custom, semi-custom lots in exchange for some other things. So we do appreciate that, because we want to try to create a very, better than Aliante type community is what we're trying to do, and we hope that as we go forward that we'll be able to do that, and we're looking forward to seeing great things.
And I want to say too that I think this is a project that North Las Vegas will be very proud to have in its within the city boundary of its limits, and we're very excited about the potential of this project, and we do really thank you for working with us over, well, really it's been quite a few years, but particularly over the past 2 weeks. We know it's been rather frustrating for you guys, but I think we've really gotten a very good agreement that both sides can live with, and a product in the end that we're all going to be very, very proud of. So I would ask for comments from those on the phone, but we can't hear them very well. Mayor, Councilwoman Goins-Brown, are you all set?
I'm all set. And I just like to say thank you to them. I don't know if they can hear me, but thank you. We really appreciate all the hard work. And to our staff, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all the hard work you've done as well.
Mayor?
I'm very excited about your leadership as you finished up this project for us. Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem.
With that, I don't have any questions, do I? Seeing none, do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Cast your votes.
Yes, yes, yes.
You only get one, Councilwoman.
Just one.
Mayor?
Yes, please.
That motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much, and you'll be very excited to see what's going to be coming here in the near future. I appreciate it. If I may, for 1 second, I'd like to make a comment for Councilman Wagner. I know this is your last city council meeting. On behalf of our law firm, I have two of my partners here, Jennifer Lazovich and Stephanie Allen, that do a lot of work here in the city of North Las Vegas. It's been our pleasure over the last 4 years to get to know you as a person, get to know you as a councilman. And the one thing that you've always kept, when we first met you, you said you'll always understand what side you're on. And we have the utmost respect. We may not have always agreed on all the issues, but I can honestly tell you we always knew where you stood. And that's the biggest respect factor that we could actually receive and give to somebody, is understanding when all we have is to understand what your word is and what position you're going to take. So I'm going to miss you. I know Jennifer and Stephanie have said the same thing to me earlier today, realizing that this is your last meeting. And again, we know you have other things on the horizon, but if anything, over the last 4 years, it's been a great experience. It's my pleasure to get to know you, as I said, as a person, and what a way to end your last meeting with one of your last official votes of having a landmark development agreement that you're always going to turn around and point to. Not only point to, but since you're a bicyclist, you're going to be riding through the complete streets here, and you're going to say, I approve these complete streets for these bicycle paths out here, and as you go through. So what a great accomplishment. I'm glad to be a part of this. Our clients are glad to be a part of this, that you're going to ink this, that you can go and look back years from now with your children and grandchildren and say, you were a part of making something special here. So thank you.
Thank you. It was all me, Bob, by the way. I mean, isn't that what a good politician does?
That's right.
Take all the credit for.
Take all the credit.
Anyway,
Exactly.
thank you.
Thank you. And again, thank you very much for everything. Appreciate it.
And I do want to say, and I'm sure I speak for the mayor and the rest of the council as well, not only thank you to Crescent Bay and to Bob for all the work, and Stephanie, that they've done, but also thank you to staff, Robert Eastman, Sandra Douglas Morgan, Dr. Liu, I can't name possibly everybody, Mark Jordan, who's been involved in this, but I know there's been some very late nights and some sleepless nights, and I think we've given our city attorney an ulcer over the past 2 weeks as well, but we really do appreciate all your efforts. Thank you very much to all staff that was involved in this project.
Thank you.
And that takes us to the city manager's report.
We do have one item on the city manager's report tonight. Director Palmer is going to make a presentation, a brief presentation this time, on some of the activities and the initiatives that are happening in Neighborhood and Leisure Service Department.
Mayor Pro Tem, Council, thank you. Good evening. For the record, Cass Palmer, Director of Neighborhood and Leisure Services, and with me tonight is Tracy Farage, also from Neighborhood and Leisure Services, and Mayor Pro Tem, at your beckoning. We understand that you asked me for an hour presentation for Mr. Wagner's last meeting tonight. Therefore, we'll comply with that
You're trying
request.
to get me in trouble on his last night, huh?
Yeah, just want to give you a couple of quick updates about some exciting activities in the Parks and Recs area. We've been busy, especially Tracy's been busy in the staff in the sports area. But the first project we want to give you an update on is our sports fields rehabilitation project. The old quote, if you build it, they will come. Well, we modified it. People will come. If you fix it, they will come. With that, we've had several supporting organizations helping us out. This has been the goals of the sports field rehab project are really twofold. One, maximize each of our sporting field usage by reconfiguring the field to allow the most games being played on that field. So for instance, if we've got a 60-foot baseball diamond, we want to increase that to allow a 60-foot game as well as a 70-foot game so we can get more maximum use of the field itself. The second objective of the program, maintenance program, is really to put the right sport on the right field. What we're having now is football being played on the infields of some of our baseball fields, and our maintenance department is having a hard time keeping up with the usage. I won't call it destruction because it's proper use, but they're tearing up the infields. So we want to put the right sports on the right fields in the right area of town. The whole issue, though, has been collaboration. As you can see some of the comments up here, we've had multiple discussions with Cheyenne Little League, Las Vegas Baseball Academy, North Valley Youth Baseball, TBL Baseball, USSSA, Vegas Valley, the Travel League, the football teams, everything else, to make sure they're in alignment with what we're intending on doing and planning on doing. And to date, we're doing great. With that, I would like Tracy to walk through some of the concepts and quickly and just give you an overview, and then we've got a couple of other exciting updates.
This is a image of what we're proposing for both Aviary and Craig Ranch Regional Park. As you can see, the black is where we are right now. It's a 46-foot mound, 60-foot base path, and that's present at all 4 of those fields, but 2 at Craig Ranch, 2 at Aviary. We're proposing to make those base paths movable along with the mound. So leveling out the mound and allowing the base paths to move to a larger distance. That will accommodate a much greater number of participants. Cheyenne Little League, typically up to age 12, plays on the 4660 field. But a lot of the other organizations that have been contacting us go to a larger field at an earlier time. So this is going to allow increased organizations to participate, definitely, when all is said and done, at a minimal projected cost compared to the recouped revenue within 2 years.
So am I understanding that basically what you're talking about is enabling the size of the field to kind of move depending on the user, and the different part of the difference is you have one size, let's say for Cheyenne Little League, which is mostly kids, but some of the other stuff that you're talking about is more for adult leagues where they have the larger field?
Actually, not really, because if you look at USSSA, Vegas Valley Youth Baseball, also North Valley Youth Baseball, once they get to the 9 years old, they're moving to that larger
so
base
it isn't
path.
for adults, it's just for the
This
older
is-
kids.
Absolutely.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, because we're not looking at moving fences or anything like that, and the fences don't allow for baseball play.
So again, the supports for the bases run from home to first, and you're running 60 feet. That will stay, and then we can pull that base out, and when the older kids come in, they run from home to first, 70 feet away. Both will still stay in play.
I'm going to touch on one other thing on this slide. You'll see priority number 1 is Aviary 1 and 2. The only reason Aviary is above Craig Ranch at this point in time is because the condition is so much worse. A lot of leagues are hesitant to play on it. It has been the field that football has used and has sustained a lot of damage as a result. So that's our first priority. Craig Ranch is still in fairly good shape. If we could only do 1, that would be our first priority. Obviously, we're looking all the way through 4 being able to do this next fiscal year. Priority number 3 and number 4 kind of speaks to soccer. When Cass was talking about, yes, we've talked with baseball organizations and football organizations. The only reason we didn't mention soccer in there is because they wouldn't have been affected at this point. None of those fields that we're looking at refurbishing are named. Nobody plays at Aviary Baseball, obviously not at Craig Ranch. Priority number 3 and number 4 is to level off those baseball fields. The one at Sandstone Ridge is a 4660 youth baseball field. It has no fence, so it gets very, very little, if any. In fact, the last 6 months since I've been here has had no use by a baseball team. Harkey Park, you go out there any day of the week, and it is all soccer. Of course, once you start playing soccer on an infield, you're tearing it up. There's damage sustained. If there's that much demand for there, we obviously need some more soccer. This next slide looks at priorities 5 through 10. These are these things that we're looking at in the future. You can see all the different breakdown from Goins, Aviary Soccer, C-Strand, Petiti, and the unlighted part of C-Strand Soccer. This slide shows you what we're going to do with the organizations that are currently utilizing our fields. Obviously, if we take football off of Aviary Baseball and off of Goins Baseball, they need a place to play. So this just maps out where Cheyenne Little League is going to be, where the Charter School Sports League is going to be, MVP, North Valley, National Youth Sports, all the way down the line. So nobody will lose field time or accessibility. It'll just be reallocated to use our fields a little bit better. This next slide kind of goes in conjunction with the slide before, showing that the distance is no more than an increase of 2 miles for any organization that needs to move. Kind of outlines the parks that we have right now.
As you can see, our top priorities, we're already funded to make these maintenance changes. We're just putting them in line on a priority basis, and then 4 through 10, as we get the funds, we'll make them available also.
Brings us to our next project. Cheyenne Sports Complex out there on Pecos and Cheyenne has been undergoing their massive irrigation project. It is slated to be finished in September. Our goal, and we're bringing a tournament to kick off the grand reopening of that park. With the timing, we decided to do a Heroes Challenge. It'll take place September 9th through 11th at Cheyenne Sports Complex. We'll invite military, police, and fire teams from across the Southwest to participate, with a positive net revenue expected.
And then lo and behold, our first banner program, our sponsor program, it started off at Craig Ranch. This one just happens to be PDQ Chicken came into town.
I'm
They're
so
our
excited.
first one up. Everything, yes, more to come. And last but not least, Petite Pool. This Saturday, coming up, 1 o'clock, we're going to reopen Petite Pool to a grand opening celebration. Councilwoman Goins Brown is going to be there and say a few words, as well as Miss Duty is going to be there and say about a half hour. And then we also have the principal of the school, and anyone else is invited. But we're excited about reopening the pool. The grass looks great. The pool looks phenomenal. And we're set for the summer to get it going.
Well, thank you so much for your efforts on that. And, that pool has, it was shut down basically by the Southern Nevada Health District for a problem with the drain. And it's been sitting there not used for several summers now. And I mean, it's just such a waste to have a pool like that and not be able to use it and let the kids use it and let them have a fun summer. So I'm sure the kids in that neighborhood will be thrilled that pool is reopened. So thank you so much.
And more to come in the near future. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem, if you allow me. Also, I think I'll be there this Saturday, and just for everyone to know, I know that's the pool that I taught myself how to swim in. I know the mayor swam in it as well, and I do believe, yes, our new police chief, Police Chief Pettis, also swam that sucker. So we're big proponents for that pool, and if the police chief goes, if someone dares me, if someone on a dare for $50, I'll try to push him in. It probably won't work. He'll probably throw me in, but we'll see how it goes.
And that takes us to our city council items. So do I have any here? Well, then I will start by saying, Councilman Wagner, since this is your last meeting.
I'll be on the phone next meeting.
Oh, you'll be at the phone. Wonderful.
On the phone like these guys, yeah. But my last physical.
Yeah, your last physical meeting. So, but we want you to know that we appreciate it. I cannot believe it's been 4 years already. It seems like not very long ago here. But we certainly wish you well. We will miss you very, very much. And it has been a privilege and an honor serving with you. Any comments, Mayor?
He's off the line.
Oh, he's off the line. And Councilwoman? She's off the line as well. Isaac?
Yeah, I'll just he'll be on the phone. We won't be able to see him crying as we're saying nice things about him. So I'll go ahead and I'll save all my heartfelt things that'll make everyone just cry for the next time.
All right. Any other council items? All right. Seeing none, we will get to our public forum. I have 2 cards. The first is Judy Coury.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. I may not be speaking about something that was mentioned tonight, but it's regarding the library and schools that I understand are trying to be not accepted in the new building of homes that was called Crescent Bay. Is that correct? And is that, do I understand this correctly, that some people are saying we shouldn't have the library and 3 schools in that new development? That's the part I don't know.
Well, nobody's saying that. We
Oh.
have been negotiating the terms of the development agreement.
Okay.
Now, we are working in conjunction with the school district. There are currently 3 school slots slated, or 3 parcels slated for schools. The school district has said, depending on how some of the development goes, that if it's, let's say more of it goes commercial and less residential, that they may or may not need the 3rd site. But that will be the school district that will decide whether that is or is not a school site. Now, if they decide that they don't need it, then they have the right to release it.
Okay.
And
By-
then it'll be something else, but it will be up to the school district.
Okay. By the way, my councilman is here, Mr. Wegg, and I've been a citizen of North Las Vegas for 22 years, so I follow a lot of things that have to do with the school district because I'm involved as a book person, and therefore I want to know, is the library that was supposed to be included in this new development going to stay? Is it going to be accepted?
No.
What is there a reason why? Since I understood that the builder was making a $2.6 million building on their agreement, and not that North Las Vegas would not pay for that.
It's certainly not as simple as that.
It's not that simple?
No.
Okay. I won't know unless I have to understand.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
City attorney, I guess, would like to make a comment there.
Sure, I can hopefully address some of the comments, or even share some of the changes that were made from the prior development agreement to the existing development agreement. There were certain things that were in the 2006 agreement regarding public buildings such as libraries and schools. Like Mayor Pro Tem said, we do not really have control over the school sites. It's based on a formula, and that's
Okay.
what I kind of read into the record that the school district wanted to have. Because that agreement involved land that was both east of Aliante and west of Aliante, some of the requirements for the developer to actually construct were split between the two, and we split those 2 development agreements back in June of 2014.
Oh.
So, for example, like a fire station.
Mhm.
Initially, they were supposed to construct a fire station with a ladder truck and engine trucks. Because those 2 were split, the development on the west is now going to be providing the vehicles, and the parcel on the east is actually going to be constructing it. So that's one example of how we tried to divide the 2. But the library is not.
Could the library be built far? I may be out in left field, but
No, you're not.
farther to the east. Like on the east boundary is 5th Street.
Yes.
Is that,
No, the east boundary is Losi.
Losi. Okay, so maybe the library could, if it was all the way on over there, then wouldn't that be good?
Well, I'm sure. I mean, I
mean,
think
we're going to look at options of building another library at some time.
Okay.
It just, right now, what we did get with this agreement is a police station, a new police station, a new fire station. We got
the fact that
a
the
regional park.
and that they're actually going to maintain all of the parks in the community with the exception of the 35-acre regional park.
Wow.
So before we would be the city, and when I say we, the city would be maintaining any parks in excess of 10 acres, and they will be maintaining all the parks with the exception of the large 35-acre regional park.
So in the future, the library may be addressed for that area. Is that
It could be. It's not explicitly listed in the agreement that was just passed.
okay? So it's not part of this agreement.
No,
Okay.
it's not part of this agreement because we had other things that we got instead.
Okay.
But I mean, that doesn't say that the city may not look at building a library or in another development or something like that. Believe me, I'm very pro-library, so if there's
Okay,
a way to
good.
make it happen,
That's good.
I will
Okay.
find it.
Well, I thank you all for informing me, and I'm glad I got to come tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. The next card, Mona Lisa Samuelson.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem. Good evening, council members and staff. It's nice to see you. I came out here once again to represent for the medical marijuana patients. I'm always here trying to remind you that we're not the criminal element. We're just the sick, injured, and dying. We need your help, and we want to thank you. I'd like to go on record as welcoming Green Therapeutics, Fidel Holdings, Nevada Group Wellness, Zion Gardens, CanaSafe, and NLV Nevada, along with Nuvita, into North Las Vegas. Thank you so much. The medical patients, really thank you for all your understanding. We've had such difficulty and such a long road, and you have made it so much better on us. Just as a group, you've given us, the tools that we needed to go out and help our community understand what's going on. So thank you so much for that. We want to thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Yay.
Mayor Pro Tem, Mona Lisa, I would not be objecting to you starting a petition drive to rename Ward 1 into the green zone. So, thank you very much. I'm sure that'll keep you busy for a little while.
And the last card is Doris Carter. Well, we figured that.
Good evening, Doris Carter, 1626 Davis Place, North Las Vegas. I had some pretty hot things to say earlier, but what I had to say has been resolved, and I am happy because it does give North Las Vegas more jobs and a brighter future. Congratulations for getting that out of the way, because last meeting I thought that was a bit much. 2 hours for one presentation. I was about to give each of you 3 minutes like you give us to resolve the problem, and it had to be done today. So it's done, so thank you. Congratulations.
Well, hang on tight. We got a lot of work done in these past 2 weeks, and I think the agreement is much better. So it was worth the 2-week wait.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you were able to come to that solution. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I have one last card from Dwight Stith.
That's correct. I just have one quick question.
Sure.
I became aware of the fact. Oh, I'm sorry. I became aware of the fact that you were going to have a meeting on the feral cat situation.
Yes.
What is the purpose of that meeting? Has it already been decided? Is it going to be discussed?
No.
What?
What it is the way that the law requires. First, tonight we introduced the item,
Okay.
and all it does is get read into the record.
Okay.
At our next regularly scheduled council meeting, which is June 17th, it will actually be heard and voted on by council.
Okay.
And that's for the a trap and release ordinance for feral cats.
Yeah. Well, is there going to be any more discussion about feral cats, or is that it?
No.
Well, I mean, we're going to review the ordinance. There will be discussion on the item at that time.
At the June 17th meeting,
Yes.
they will have discussion and comment on the feral cat ordinance.
Okay. Pro, con, and in the middle, right?
Any comment.
Any comments that anyone wants to make?
Okay. All right. And that's on the 17th.
That's on the 17th.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
All right. I received a reminder that I apologize that I forgot to include Darren Adair in the many thank yous for the reviewing of the development agreement for the villages at Tule Springs. So thank you, Darren, too, for all of your input. And I apologize. I didn't mean to overlook anybody. With that, I have no more cards. Anyone else that wishes to speak in the public forum? Seeing none, we will call this meeting adjourned.